I do have sound. Looks like we're good to go.
Thank you, Troy.
All right, commissioners, this is Troy Dunning, your host. We are live and recording.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Douglas County Board of County Commissioners Land Use Meeting and Public Hearing. Today is Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. It is 2:34 in the afternoon. Would you all please stand and join us with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Ingalls, do we have certification for everything on today's agenda?
We do, Madam Chair. Items 2A and B did not require any specialized notice, but they were properly noticed for today's meeting. Item 3A was properly noticed for April 26th and continued until today. With that, you have jurisdiction on all three items on the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Ingalls. Do any commissioners have disclosures for any items on the agenda?
I have none.
No, ma'am.
And I have none either. We're going to change the order of today's meeting. We're going to start with item number 3, the public hearing agenda item. Number A, Castle Pines Village, filing number 44A, First Amendment. Brett Thomas for staff.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Brett Thomas for staff. The applicant for Castle Pines Village, filing number 44A, First Amendment, project SB 2021-053, has requested that the item be continued to the Board of County Commissioners hearing on April 26, 2022 at 2:30 p.m.
Thank you. Does any commissioners have questions for Mr. Thomas?
I have none.
No, ma'am.
And I have none either. I'll accept a motion.
I'll make a motion to continue Castle Pines Village filing number 44A, First Amendment Minor Development Plat, project file SB 2021-053 to April 26, 2022 at 2:30 p.m.
I'll second.
There's a first and second. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye, and that motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vickers. We'll go back up to number 2, the land use agenda, item A, which is the Bald Mountain Estates First Amendment. Mike Pasica for staff.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Mike Pasica with Planning Services. The item before you is a request for an extension of the approval for the Bald Mountain Estates First Amendment replat. The project number is XT 2022-001. Matthew Arvidsson, one of the property owners, is in attendance this afternoon. The applicant is requesting an extension of the replat approval until March 23rd, 2023. The replat was approved in 2021, and the applicant received a 1-year approval extension by the Director of Community Development until March 23rd, 2022. Further extensions require the approval of the board. The applicant has stated that some of the property owners have refinanced their homes and it is taking longer than expected to obtain signatures on the replat exhibit from the various title companies involved. Just a brief background. This is the zoning map of the property. The subject area is outlined in red, and it is zoned estate residential. And it's located approximately at the intersection of Palmer Divide Avenue and Ray Drive. And this is an aerial view of the site. Again, the area is outlined in red. The replat vacated a public road and reconfigured 5 single-family residential lots. And this concludes my presentation. I'm available to take any questions, or if you have any questions for the applicant, he is in attendance this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Pasica. Any questions for staff?
I have no questions.
No questions.
And I have no questions either. Mr. Arvidsson, would you like to address the board? Okay, thank you. I'm going to open this up for citizen comment. Are there any citizens who would like to address the board on this topic? Seeing no one come forward, Troy, is there anyone online?
Thank you. I have no online comment.
I will close citizen comment, bring it back to the board for discussion or a motion.
Ma'am, if it pleases the board, I have a motion to approve the Bald Mountain Estates First Amendment Approval Extension, Project File XT2022-001.
Second?
There's a first and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye, and that motion carries. Thank you. Number B on the agenda, Erickson filing 1, 7th Amendment. Eric Pavlinek for staff.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Eric Pavlinek, representing Planning Services. The item before you is Erickson filing 1, 7th Amendment. The project number is SB 2020-046. Kayla Robinson with North Design is here this afternoon on behalf of the applicant, Redwood ERC Littleton LLC. The request is for approval of a replat to vacate the westernmost unused portion of Plaza Drive right-of-way within Erickson filing 1. The replat will merge the vacated right-of-way into one abutting non-residential lot and establish a cul-de-sac bulb at the new terminus of Plaza Drive. The intent of the replat is to provide a review process for the replatting of an existing subdivision plat or superblock final plat. Roads which have never been developed or used may also be vacated through the replat process. The replat process begins with the submittal of an application. Following a review period by referral agencies and the public, there is a public meeting before the Board of County Commissioners. No comments were received from abutting property owners or the public on this application. Referral comments received were standard in nature, identifying various permitting and other standard requirements. The property outlined in red is zoned Erickson Plan Development and is located in the southeast corner of US Highway 85 and C470. This is an aerial view of the property. The replat area includes a retirement property known as Erickson Windcrest. This portion of Plaza Drive was platted with Erickson Filing 1 in 2006 and was originally intended to potentially extend to US Highway 85. This segment was never constructed and has since been removed from the county's transportation plan. The replat area includes neighborhood 1 of Erickson Windcrest. A site improvement plan is currently in review for an expansion to the existing memory care facility located on this lot. The applicant requests a replat to vacate a portion of Plaza Drive and merge the vacated right-of-way within the lot to the south of the road. This portion of right-of-way to be vacated, shown here in red, is approximately 3.2 acres in size. Approximately 1,800 square feet is being dedicated to Douglas County to allow for the construction of the cul-de-sac. 2 trail and access easements are dedicated via the plat. A 15-foot wide and 20-foot wide trail and access easement are proposed and dedicated to Highlands Ranch Metro District for ownership and maintenance purposes. Following are some site photos from Plaza Drive. This is a view looking north. This is a view looking west at the current terminus of Plaza Drive. This is the area where the cul-de-sac bulb will be constructed. And finally, a view looking southeast. Here are the approval standards for replat that are discussed in detail in the staff report. Staff has evaluated the replat request in accordance with Article 7. Should the board find that approval standards are met, the following proposed conditions should be considered for inclusion in the motion. Condition number 1, prior to recordation of the replat exhibit, technical corrections to the replat exhibit shall be made to the satisfaction of Douglas County. And condition number 2, all commitments and promises made by the applicant or the applicant's representative during the public meeting and/or agreed upon by the Board of County Commissioners. In approving the application, therefore, such approval is conditioned upon the applicant's full satisfaction of all such commitments and promises. Section 706.06 of the subdivision resolution sets forth the parameters of the board's determination of a replat request, as noted on the slide. This concludes my presentation. I'm available to take any questions at this time. Otherwise, Kaylee Robinson is here with a brief presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Pavlinek. Questions for staff?
Thanks, Eric. Good presentation. I have no questions.
Commissioner Teal?
No questions.
And I have no questions. Katie, if you would like to approach the board, just give us your name, spell your last name, and your address, please.
Kaylee Robinson, Robinson, with Norse Design, located at 1101 Bannock Street, Denver, Colorado, 80204. Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners. We thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We're pleased to be here today to discuss the Windcrest Senior Living 7th Amendment. Thank you, Eric, for the thorough presentation. We'll try not to duplicate too much of what you already provided. We'd like to introduce the team. The applicant is Erickson Senior Living. Norse Design is doing the planning and landscape architecture, and HKS is doing the engineering. Today we're here to discuss the vacation of the westernmost portion of Plaza Drive within Erickson Filing 1, located south of E470 and east of Santa Fe. The request has come about when the 2040 Transportation Master Plan stated that this connection is no longer necessary. The vacation of right-of-way was recommended by the county to vacate the 3.28 acres to combine into Lot 1 for a total of 51.26 acres. Additional right-of-way will be dedicated to Douglas County for the cul-de-sac bulb in Plaza Drive, where it will terminate, in which is shown here on the screen. Next slide. In which is shown here on the screen in the northeast corner of the vacation. We thank you, all that are here today, and staff whom we've been able to work closely with through the process, not only today, but through all the years of this project. Thanks.
Thank you. Katie, questions for Ms. Robinson?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
No, ma'am.
Thank you. I have no questions either, other than there are two conditions. Do you accept the two conditions?
Yes, we do.
Thank you. I'll open this up for citizen comment. Are there any citizens who would like to address the board on this topic? Seeing no one come forward, Troy, is there anyone online?
Thank you, Commissioner. I have no online comment.
I will close citizen comment and bring it back to the board for either discussion or a motion.
So I reviewed the packet and the referral comments as well as the approval criteria. I believe the approval criteria have been met and the referral comments have been satisfied. So I will be in favor and prepared to make a motion pending further discussion.
Commissioner Teal?
I concur with my colleagues and I'm prepared for a motion.
With that, unless there's additional comment, I'll make a motion to approve Erickson Filing 1, 7th Amendment with the two conditions as presented, project file SB 2020-046.
I will second.
I have a first and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion carries. Thank you. Congratulations. That ends today's land use and public hearing. The next land use and public hearing will be held on Tuesday, April 26th at 2:30 in the afternoon. Thank you.